Hey Jet fans, come on in, huddle up. Let's talk about going to St. Louis, huh? I asked you to send some questions in regarding the game, so let's get started. Jessica?
All right, the first question is from David. As a former quarterback, do you think Tim Tebow should deal with the recent criticism from his own teammates?
I know Tim Tebow deals with this criticism in a good fashion, better than I would have had. Believe me, when I came in after throwing 5 interceptions in a game and we lose, believe me, we didn't have any sweethearts on the defensive side of the ball that said, "Oh, that's all right, Joe, take it easy." Excuse me. It does bother you. It's tough to get over, but you've got to grit your teeth and move on.
All right, well, Jim at JimBones72 asked, do you think the team will take this week's media storm out on the field with them?
You know, the team's alluded several times about not paying attention to the rest of the world outside the locker room. Let's hope they can do it. As a person, a human, you do retain some negative thoughts in your head, whether it's leaving the house with your family and things aren't cool, or whether it's reading or hearing about your team that's not doing well. You got to shake it off. They're professionals and they got to focus on the job at hand.
Okay, well, Dave has asked, do you think most of the Jets' issues have to do with attitude, as in they talk too much from the coaching staff down? Or do you think it has more to do with a lack of athletic and football ability, or neither?
You know what, Dave? Yeah, I think some of it's attitude. I think some of it is the kind of lack of discipline they may have. I don't doubt, though, that they can put it together and get out there and execute better on both sides of the ball to have a chance to win the game.
Okay, well, Oleg has asked, do you feel like Greg McElroy would make a better quarterback at starter?
Oh, look, I tell you what, from game 1, I would have had McElroy active because we've been lucky so far. Mark hasn't twisted an ankle, or he hasn't had his head hit to where he's had to come out of the game. Because I would think to run the rest of the game, if this would have happened in the first quarter and you got Tebow in there running the entire offense the rest of the game, your chances aren't as good with the productivity as it would be if McElroy were active. But he's not active, so forget about it.
But you do not think he should be starting, correct?
Oh, no. Sanchez is still the better player. Right now, he needs the rest of his supporting cast to step up.
Right, okay. And then the next question is from Clay. We know we have a lot of problems on offense. In your eyes, what needs to be done to help the offense be more productive?
Hey, Clay, whether it's the offense or the defense, doesn't make any difference. They all need to start playing better collectively. We like to think maybe the talent is there, but you can't tell unless they start playing collectively better. Don't hurt yourselves with busted assignments, silly penalties, and execution is the premium factor you're looking for. They need to collectively execute properly.
And for the people saying that play calling is an issue, what is your response to that again?
Oh boy, I tell you, whether it's defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, play calling, you still have to have the players execute on the field. Sometimes the play calling cannot be up to speed, and it's so evident to everyone on both sides of the football that you were outguessed. That's not the case. That doesn't happen. Otherwise, the coaches will get fired. You can't fire the entire group of players, okay? It's not the play calling. It's still the execution on the field.
All right. Well, the last question is from Jet Nation. Will the Jets offense find the end zone? Will the defense put pressure on Bradford?
Well, this is like repetitive here. Yeah, the defense has been playing better ball. It appears they're getting a little more pressure back there, and Bradford, you better get pressure on him because he's a good thrower. Offensively, it's the same thing. We need to collectively execute better. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you something. We haven't made even a drive for a touchdown lately, and I'm going to tell you we can drive to make the playoffs. You think I'm crazy? I'm not, because I've seen talent that is capable of playing much better and putting it together. The Jets may have enough talent to get on a run. Now, that's not on the field. Revis is off the field. Of course, Holmes is off the field. I don't know about our wide receivers being good enough to step up and make the kind of big plays they need to make. But they got to the professional level. They certainly could start making some big plays. Sanchez can start throwing some strikes if the offensive line can collectively give them a little time. We've got to be positive here. The team certainly does. If they go out there and execute well on both sides of the ball against the Rams, that's a win under their belt, okay? That breeds confidence. They've been talking confidence, but they don't really have it, in my opinion, because they haven't shown that they can play well. When they show they play well, they all collectively start really believing it and playing better. Let's hope we start with the Rams, okay? I'll be on Twitter during the game, tweeting with you back and forth. Jessica and I will visit with you. And let's go with the Jets, huh? Let's not give up on them yet. They still have a chance. Let's make it start today at St. Louis, all right?
J-E-T-S.
Jets, 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 Jets. Ready? Break.